Hello everyone, welcome to the Tech Simplified channel. In today's session, we are going to understand an important concept in cryptography called Message Authentication Code (MAC). So, by the end of this session, you are able to understand why message authentication is necessary, define what a MAC is, explain how MAC works step by step, understand the security requirements of MAC, differentiate MAC from hash and digital signature. So let's begin by first understanding the problem. So whenever we send data over the internet, the network is usually insecure. So this means an attacker sitting somewhere in the network and can modify the data, can impersonate the sender, can inject the fake messages, and can replay old messages. So for example, imagine sending a bank instruction to transfer 5,000 rupees, and if an attacker modifies it to transfer 50,000, that would be a very serious problem. So we need mechanisms to ensure that the message is not modified. The message actually comes from the real sender and any tampering is detected immediately. So this is why the message authentication code is required. Now let's define the MAC. So MAC is a short cryptographic value generated using a secret key K, message M. MAC value is attached to the message and sent to the receiver. So mathematically, MAC is calculated using a MAC function that uses the secret key K and message M. So unlike a hash function, MAC uses a secret key. So the key is the foundation of any security here. Now, the most important idea in the MAC is that both sender and receiver share the same secret key. So this key is known by only to the authorized parties, and without the key MAC cannot be generated. So if an attacker does not know the secret key, they cannot generate a valid MAC. So this means the same key is used at the both ends. Now let's discuss the working of MAC step by step. So this is in the step 1, the sender and receiver agree on the same secret key K. Now the sender computes the MAC using the MAC function that uses the secret key K and message M. After generating the MAC, sender sends the message plus MAC to the receiver. Now, the receiver computes the MAC using the same secret key with the message sent by the sender. Now, receiver compares both the MAC values. If equal, both MAC are equal, then message is accepted, otherwise message is rejected. Let's take one practical example. Suppose there is a message that pay 10,000 rupees and the secret key is K123. Now the MAC is generated, that is a one hash value, that is a fixed size hash. Now the sender sends both the original message and MAC to the receiver. So if an attacker changes message to pay 90,000 in place of the 10,000, the receiver generated MAC will be different from the MAC sent by the sender, and in that case the result is message is rejected. So in this way we can detect immediately if there is any tampering in the message. So this ensures the integrity. Now let's discuss the different security provided by the MAC. So basically MAC provided two important security aspects of data integrity and authentication. And MAC does not provide the confidentiality, means the message is not encrypted, and because here the keys are shared, so it cannot provide the non-repudiation service. Now let's differentiate MAC and hash. So basically MAC uses a secret key that is shared between sender and receiver. It provides you a integrity as well as authentication, and it is more secure than the simple hashing algorithm. While the hash uses only message, and there is no secret key used in hash function, and it also only provide the integrity. So we can understand that the MAC is more stronger than the hash function. Now let's differentiate MAC and digital signature. So basically, as we already know that MAC uses a shared secret key. It is faster as compared to the digital signature because it uses the symmetric key cryptography, and it is used in the internal secure system, but it doesn't provide the non-repudiation services. While the digital signature uses the asymmetric key, where the public and private key pairs are used, it is slower as compared to MAC, but it is used in the legal and the public systems, and it also provides the non-repudiation services. Now let's discuss the different requirement of message authentication code. So the first requirement is integrity. So integrity means a small modification must change the MAC value. So even a 1-bit change should produce a completely different MAC, and in this way we can detect the tampering in the message immediately. The second important requirement is authentication, means the only authorized user with the secret key can generate the valid MAC. So it prevents impersonation, and it ensures the messages come from the legitimate sender. And if attacker does not know the key, he or she cannot create the correct MAC. The third is a forgery resistance, means attacker should not be able to generate a valid MAC even after observing the multiple message MAC pair. So must be computationally very infeasible, but the brute force attempt should fail due to the strong key length. So we must have to focus on the length of the secret key. The next one requirement is efficiency. So MAC algorithms must be very fast to compute, fast to verify, and suitable for the real time systems, and it is efficient for the large data. And this efficiency also requires make it use for the banking transaction, network communication, API, and the secure messaging uses. The last and important requirement is key security. So as there is a shared secret key, the length of the key is very important, and the key must be confidential, because if the key is disturbed, means hacked, then the whole secure mechanism is also hacked. So the entire security is depend on the key length and the security of key. So key must be secured very securely. Now let's discuss the different types of attack scenarios on MAC. So first one is a key guessing attack. In that the attacker try to guess the secret key and try to generate the MAC. The second is a replay attack. So in this, attacker does not modify the message. Instead, they capture a valid message along with the MAC and resend it later. The third one is a brute force attack. So instead of guessing the key directly, the attacker may try to generate different MAC values for a message and hope one matches. So MAC algorithms are designed to produce the unpredictable outputs. So, and random guessing in MAC is very difficult. The next one is a known message attack. So in this attack, the attacker observes multiple valid message MAC pairs and try to analyze the patterns. So a strong MAC algorithm ensures that even if many messages MAC pairs are known, generating a new valid MAC without the key is remain computationally infeasible. Now let's discuss the applications of MAC. So MAC is widely used in the secure communication protocols like SSL TLS. So whenever you see HTTPS in your browser, SSL TLS ensures the data integrity, authentication and secure communication. MAC is also used in the VPN systems where the data travels through the public networks. So MAC ensures the data is not tampered, packets are not modified and communication remains authentic. IPSec is a network security protocol suite. So it uses the MAC to provide the packet authentication, integrity verification and protection against tampering. And this is widely used in the enterprise network. So whenever you are performing any online transactions, there is a fund transfer, either there is a bill payment or the card transactions. So MAC mechanisms ensures that transaction details are not modified, payment instructions are authentic and fraud attempts are detected. The next one is a payment gateways. So payment gateways are used when we are doing the fund transfer, bill transaction or the card payment. So MAC mechanisms ensures that transaction details are not modified and fraud attempts are detected. The next is a API authentication. So modern application communicate using the APIs. So MAC based authentication ensures that requests are genuine, data is not altered and unauthorized systems cannot send the fake request. So many cloud services using the HMAC based authentications for the APIs. So in the secure file transfers, the file are sent with the MAC values. So receiver verifies the integrity and any modification during transmission is detected. So this ensures the safe delivery of the important documents and it is the fundamental part of the modern network security. Now let's discuss the advantages and limitations. So advantages are strong integrity protection, authentication assurance, efficient and fast, suitable for the large scale systems and simple implementation. While the limitations are requires a secure key sharing, also it not provide the non-repudiation and the key compromise lead to the security failure and it is not stable for the public verification systems. So let's summarize the full process that in the MAC, sender take a message, use the message authentication algorithm, pass the key and generate the MAC. Sender sends the MAC and message to the receiver. At the receiver end, receiver take a message, uses the same MAC algorithm and key and generate another MAC. If the MAC sent by the sender and generated by the receivers are same, message is accepted, otherwise it's rejected. So it's very simple but very powerful. So message authentication code ensures the integrity and authentication. It uses a shared secret key. It is stronger than the hash function. It does not provide confidentiality or non-repudiation. And MAC is a fundamental building block of secure digital communication. So if you found this explanation helpful, please take a moment to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more cyber security and cryptography lectures. Your supports really motivate me to create more detailed content like this. Thank you.